Hi, good evening. It's nighttime again, and I'm sharing from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. And this is part of my plan to share these for 365 days here, and as part of a practice. And here comes Tuna to say hello, to join in this. January 11th. It starts with try this yourself. The aim behind all the Hatha Yoga postures is to be able to sit in one steady, comfortable position for meditation. It is only in a steady posture that you can have a good meditation. A body filled with toxins, weak muscles, and jumpy nerves will not be able to stay quiet for any length of time. But the Hatha Yoga postures eliminate the toxins and give strength and steadiness. When the body is healthy and supple, you can easily sit with the mind still and peaceful. As you begin to control the body and its movements, the control will carry over to the mind. Try this yourself. Anytime the mind is agitated, just sit quietly, not moving at all. Let the mind be as agitated as it wants. Somebody's agitated. If your body is still, very soon the mind will calm down all by itself. Why? Because when there is no physical movement, the breath becomes slow, and the breath is the interconnection between the mind and body. As the breath slows, the thought-making process slows down and the mind becomes calm. The asanas, or postures, help to train the mind. Without the purity of body, it is very difficult to purify the mind. Learn to live a natural life. First, be physically at ease, and mental peace will follow. Live in a way that makes your body light, healthy, and more supple. Then, when you sit for meditation, you won't feel aches and pains and spend your time meditating on them. Wow. Very direct share about the practice of Hatha Yoga, using the asanas or postures as part of the means to move towards calming the mind, and giving some definition about Hatha Yoga. I really like this one. It's interesting how specific it is, It's not it's almost more of a functional description about yoga, which I think is really important. So it didn't say here that, yoga is about trying to, become the most flexible or most strong body to be able to bend all the way backwards or lean all the way forwards, touching, your toes. Somehow it can get translated into that. Because there are some people that through their practice they are able to attain some things with their physical body that other people can't or haven't been able to, and that comes from a very disciplined practice. But I like that I think it was just the other night talking about this, that when the body's complaining or there are toxins in the body, it is hard to calm the mind. And so that's part of why the Ashtanga yoga system, the 8 limbs of yoga, goes through a sequence of, or I should say, it goes through a pathway of being able to basically find a right relationship to the observances and abstinences for the body and the mind. Then it moves in towards the physical practices to help purify the body, and then towards breathing practices, and then towards pratyahara, which is known as withdrawal of the senses, and starting this journey more and more inward. And basically, the withdrawing of the senses is that point where the body is starting to become so fit and relaxed and calm that it is still. It is quiet. And then through the practices, and it's said in the sutras that then the mind, we gain mastery over the mind. We are able to control thoughts. And when we have that ability to control thoughts, we are more able to have control over our every action. And with control over every action, we have control over our character and our own nature. So yeah, I really like this one. Even though I'm a little tired, I don't feel as tired as some nights. I haven't been working the entire day and night. Tonight was actually the event for one of the projects I was working on, as well as the opening event for a new yoga studio called Love Story Yoga, and that's Stephanie Snyder's new studio. So yay Stephanie! And I have the honor of getting to be able to teach there. It's coming up in a couple weeks. Sunday night class. So yeah, I of course really believe in the Hatha yoga practices, as well as all the practices of yoga that are ultimately helping us towards having a more peaceful, easeful life. Again, it's not to create this body that can, ambitiously be able to do these physical feats of, amazement. It's really towards calming and easing the mind. So is your practice able to create that, or is your practice creating agitation? And I know for some time, and at times, mine does create a little agitation because some ambition will come in, or this sense of competition. And it could be not necessarily competition even with someone else, but even with a prior self, a me from 10 years ago. So I'm often needing to really focus on what is the purpose here? What is the real purpose of me practicing, taking in that deep breath and deep reminder. And I like that as the topic is try this yourself. So if it's something you're still thinking about, in this new year to begin a practice, I hope you can take that in, that it doesn't need to look like a certain anything. It doesn't need to progress to become a practice that looks like what you might think it's supposed to look like from magazines or whatnot, but that it's your own practice that's developed from your own inner guide. And yeah. All right. Well, Tuna got quiet over there. I guess she was doing her own meow kirtan practice, and that seems to have quieted her down, and she's kind of has this Buddha eyes right now. It's very cute. All right. Thanks for listening, and yeah, off to bed.